to do a short video about a topic that's bothered me for quite a while. The idea of the benefits or detriments of learning music theory. Welcome to Starry Night Guitars. My name is Rich Kettner. So we're going to look today at the benefits or possible detriments from learning music theory. And I have to say right up front, I was a music teacher for 31 years in a public school. So I went to college, got a degree, Bachelor of Music, later got a Master's in Music, taught all those years. Obviously, I read, had to learn theory in college. Been a guitar player for professional guitarist for 40 years. I've been playing now over 50 years. So for me, when I hear people that talk about saying, you don't want to learn theory, like I heard some people say, oh man, if you learn theory, it's like, it's a creativity killer. It kind of, takes from your playing. I call BS on that, okay? And now there's a balance to it, I'll say that. But I would just say, I know of all the people that I've played music with over 40 plus years, the better the person plays, the more skilled they are on the instrument, be it guitar, wind instruments, drums, whatever they play, piano, they know theory to some degree. And very often they know a great deal of theory. The difference is when they come to play, they're then not thinking about theory. They just play. And I'm kind of coming from a jazz musician background. For instance, the idea of music education, going to a college and learning like jazz theory, what you need to play an instrument, is a relatively new theory. Maybe 50 or 60 years it's been in existence. Prior to that, I'd say prior to the 60s, if you wanted to be a jazz player or any kind of soloist, you learned by being around more experienced musicians, just listening and hearing what they're doing and copying what they did. They weren't thinking about, the flip side to that is today, if you go to a music college and take an improvisation class, let's say over A minor, you want to play A Dorian, or over an E dominant chord, I'm going to play E Mixolydian or Phrygian or whatever it might be. There's a use for those things, but it can be taken out of context. So my point was, 50 or 60 years ago, if you listen to a jazz player then, and they were interviewed about how they're soloing, they're not thinking theory. They understand all that stuff, but when they play, they're just playing. But for instance, the great Joe Pass, one of my favorite guitar players, if someone asked him a technical question, Joe, what are you thinking there, or what are you playing? If he's thinking like this chord here is an E, 7 sharp 9, flat 5. He'd say, I'm thinking E7. Now, he's thinking more than that, but he hears all those altered notes. This note, in relation to the E, and he just knows what notes he can play. But if you held his feet to the fire, he could tell you exactly what he's playing. He's understanding all that. So, my point being, music theory is only going to help you out. It's only going to make you more literate. And I don't know that I've ever found anyone who can really play that says, oh yeah, music theory hindered me or held me back. It just opens doors. I've had a lot of friends that were great rock players and had a lot of facility on the instrument, could play stuff. And there's even things they understood. Once I played it for them or explained it, they could physically play that and were familiar with that sound, but didn't know the label. To me, it just seems to be a helpful tool. So rather than saying, this is all the knowledge I have on guitar, just this much. If music theory can open up this much more, how is that not beneficial? So I'd say in conclusion, the people that I know that I love to listen to, whatever style of music it is, have a pretty deep knowledge of music theory. They've learned all that, they can apply all that, they have a very solid understanding, and yet when they go to improvise or create music, then they're just listening and playing. They're not then focusing on, I'll play this mode or this scale or this shape. They're listening and responding and playing. So if you're a younger musician and you're wondering, gee, should I learn theory? I would just say yes. Not go overboard, trust your ears, but there's a lot of great benefit in learning some music theory. All the best. Enjoy the journey. God bless. Take care.